What's up, Android fans? Takeme's back with another app roundup. So let's get to it. Okay, today we're taking a deeper look into the news apps, the popular news apps. Let's start. The first up, we have News 360. This is basically, I like to call it the big picture, because all it does is shows you big picture of the news. So right here, all you have to do is keep flicking and you have all these latest news. What is this? Is this about the iPhone? Yep. And so basically that's about the basic overview of the app. Now what you can do is you can click right over there and you can have the news stories sorted out by world, latest news, US only, or business, or tech. Let's check out the tech. And there you go. Now we can just check out the tech news. See, isn't that cool? I like it because it shows you the big picture only first. You click on it and then it goes into the deeper and you can just read about it, whatever you want. And then if you want, suppose you want to take a deeper look into, like, say, iPhone, you click right over there and it tells you all about the iPhone if you don't know something. So yeah, pretty cool app. And then you can even sort news by GPS location, or you can search particular news of your liking, and you can even have some couple of settings here, like use only high quality images and all that stuff. Then you have your favorite stuff, like I have Android Central as my favorite, so that's about it. So it's a pretty nice app. I like it. That's called News 360. Next up, the popular news app, Pulse. I've reviewed it before, just taking a quick overview of Pulse. Pulse comes with two widgets, 2x4 and 4, I think it's, yeah, 2x4 only, I think. It just gives you the basic outline of whatever you want, whatever news you want. So here we have, let's go to home. So right over there, lots of news sorted out by like CNET News, all things digital, Android and me, Tech and Me, that is my channel. I can even have that on Pulse. And then I have, what is this, Android Geeks, and what top stories and all that cool stuff. So basically Pulse is like, you have different pages. So I can have tech news on my first page. Actually I have tech news right here too. And then on my second page I can have all entertainment news. On my third page I can have whatever iPhone related news. On my fourth page, I don't even know what this is. This is more tech. Yeah, so whatever. So you can sort out by pages. I'll show you. Let me show you settings. So right over here, if you don't want one of these news feeds to come to you, like you don't want CNET Gaming, you can just click right there, X, and it goes away. So, and then if you want to add more, you can just click on that plus sign. And right over here, we have all these new whatchamacallit, all these news feeds popping up. We have wet paint and all that stuff. Let's go to popular picks, and we have all these Wall Street Journal, New Yorker, and all that stuff. You don't want that, you can even search by whatchamacallit, category, I guess. Let's go to browse, and right over there, art and design, business, food, fashion, fun, humor, lifestyle, and all that stuff. Technology is right at the bottom. You can go to technology and then you can go in deeper into all that other stuff, like Apple News, Android News, and all that stuff. So really interesting, really cool. Pulse. This is by far my favorite application for news. Then next up, actually I'll tell you which one's becoming my new favorite. It's coming up. Next up we have Channels. Channels is by, I reviewed an application called Friendcaster and Tweetcaster. This is by the same guys. So here's Channels. Channels is basically like different, sorted out into different channels in newsfeed, like sports news, Android news, tech mash, and all that stuff. Let's click on Android. Let's see what happens. So all these news pops up like Windows tile kind of effect. And then we have some overview of what the story is about. And if you want deeper, you can just click on the story and it goes deeper into the story. You can even flick side to side. Yeah, you can flick side to side and go into different news. You can click right over there and it shows you today's weather. click that and it goes back up. So that's about it. Not very fond of this application. I like it, but it's not one of my favorites. So that's news. What was that? Channels. Next up, one of my top favorites of today, Appy Geek. Appy Geek is basically for tech news only. It doesn't show you world news. It doesn't show you fashion news. Nothing. Only world news. So right here we have all these world news. The ones I've read. Suppose I read this one. If I read it and then I go back, see, it pops up really fast application actually. It's not bold anymore. So right over there we have all the tech news. And then what we can do in this application, really cool, is again, like Pulse, you can just swipe from story to story and you can read whatever you want about the story. And then you even have this icon right over there. Boom! Check this out. So here we have, if you want stories about iPhone 4S or Google or smartphones only or Samsung, you can just click on that. Suppose I want iPhone 4S. Right there, boom! I click on it and only iPhone 4S news pops up. So that's really cool. What I can also do is, suppose I can hold it and then it shows me what you want. Like right there I held iPhone and then view related topics to iPhone. So then it goes, now it's iPad, App Store, at&t, so all that related iPod related topics. And then I can even search this topic in Wikipedia, search it on Google, search it on YouTube, search it on Twitter, and all this stuff. So actually, yeah, search it on Twitter too. So yeah, really cool, really nice for tech news only. Appy Geek, best application for tech news, definitely. So forget the 3D view of news or whatever. Let's go back. There we have. And if you can even go to your favorites, suppose you want a favorite topic or favorite news, you can just favorite it right there. And then what else do we have? That's just the refresh button. Let's go to menu. We even have the grid view where we have less. I like the other view so I can read more about the story. So this is the grid view. Let's go back to the list. It's really cool, really fast application. That's Appy Geek. Next up we have Taptu. Taptu is another news app like Pulse. And there you go, Taptu. Here what I can do is I can, again, different news feeds from Wired, Slashdot, TechCrunch, Mac Rumors, Mashable, and all that stuff, right? It's not really fast like Appy Geek was, but it is pretty good. So I can even delete I suppose I don't want news from Wired, I can just delete that and all that stuff. So let's see, I can share this post, and what else do we have? I can mark this as read and all that stuff. I can scroll from side to side, all these stories, whatever I want to read. Suppose I want to read right there, boom. And then yeah, so there you go, start up, and then you can even scroll side to side like almost every other news app which you can. And what else can you do in this? Here you don't have different pages, so you can't really organize it except down. That's what I don't like about Taptu. Like Pulse had different pages, so you can have tech news only on one page, or tech news on first 2 pages or 3 pages, and then you can have your world news and all that other stuff. But in this one you can't. You just have to go everything downwards, so everything keeps popping up, down, 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 down. So that's what I don't like. I wish they could do that like Pulse. That would be kind of cool, but that would be like almost similar to Pulse. So I don't know, some people like Taptu. I prefer Pulse over Taptu, but I like the widget of Taptu. So that's a Taptu news widget, and you can even add more news feeds right over there. Whatever you want to click, you can go to topic, you can add by Google Reader and all that stuff, right? So that's Taptu. Next up, last app, just for the last news app, is Feedy. Feedy is basically this. Again, we have stories. You can scroll side to side. You have list view. Then you have one story in particular. Then you have again list view. Then you have more list view, I guess. And you have one more story. So you can have the list view if you just click right over there. There you go. This is my Feedy. Google Reader or Tumblr you can attach it to, link it to. Then you have Essentials and you have Android. Now if I click on Android, I just have Android related news. I can click that arrow down there and it pops up different sources from which Android news is coming. And suppose I just want to view Android Central News. Boom, I click on it, Android Central News. So yeah, interesting app. Not very user friendly, but some people like it, so reviewing it. Yeah, so you have all the list view and all different news feeds coming in. So that's Feedy. Different feeds from different news feeds, I guess. Yeah, different feeds from different sites. So that's Feedy. What was your favorite application? My by far would be, what is that? News 360 is pretty easy to use. It's really easy, so that's nice. And Appy Geek is awesome for tech news only. And Pulse is good for all news organized into one place. Really cool. So that's top apps of today. The live wallpaper in the background, you see those rays of light. That's it. That's the live wallpaper. It's called Rays of Light. And that's a really quick overview of the best news app on the Android market. What was your favorite one? Let me know. Hit me up. That's Tech and Me signing out. Peace, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like button.